You guys, we need to talk again about James Charles. Yep, he's back in the headlines after speaking out once more about all the drama involving Kayla Malik and Evan Johnson. And this time, he's putting his foot down. He swears nothing ever happened between him and Evan. But what exactly did James say? How is Kayla reacting now? And what's the internet whispering behind the scenes? Let's break it all down. So, James Charles is once again insisting that he never had a romantic relationship with Evan Johnson, despite how shady things have looked from the outside. Kayla's suspicious. Fans are suspicious. Even people with no dog in the fight are raising their eyebrows. Here's a quick refresher on how all this started. Kayla Malik, a TikTok creator, publicly called out her ex, Evan Johnson, accusing him of being toxic and abusive during their relationship. Not long after, Evan was arrested and eventually convicted. Then things got messy. James got pulled into the chaos when Zach Sears, a former friend of Evan, alleged that James and Evan were more than friends, and that James continued supporting Evan even after the allegations came out. The internet lost its mind. People were stunned. Like, wait, James Charles, why is he even involved in this? Especially because James and Kayla seemed close at one point. So the idea that he'd cozy up to her ex, yeah, not a good look. Now, both James and Kayla made it clear they weren't best friends, more like casual acquaintances. But James did know Evan through Kayla, which is why this whole thing feels off. Still, James keeps repeating the same message. They were just friends, nothing more. In fact, he doubled down in a TikTok he posted just 1 hour after Evan was convicted. In that video, James said he cut ties with Evan as soon as he found out about the allegations. He even said he'd already started getting bad vibes from him and was pulling away. Then, James took it a step further. He's threatening legal action against anyone spreading what he calls false claims. But here's where it gets tricky. James admits he did get close to Evan as a friend. He even invited him to his place in LA, claiming Evan was struggling mentally and needed help. James now says Evan manipulated him. But Kayla? She's not convinced. She claims James and Evan were messaging while she and Evan were still together. And not just casual messages. She says James only ever texted her to say how hot Evan was. Worse, she says Evan told her that James DM'd him the same day they broke up. According to her, it's just weird to build a friendship off being attracted to someone. And she's not the only one who feels that way. Kayla even said, I don't know if I could think a guy was hot, fly him out, and just want to be friends. James did respond via Instagram stories. He thanked Kayla for not buying into Zach's full narrative, like the part about them being besties or being definitely romantic. But
they had been DMing in Hawaii in January while we were still together. James would only DM me to say how hot he was. Apparently, from what I was told, which I don't know how trustworthy my ex was, but told me that James had DM'd him the day that we broke up. So I don't know. And also, I do think it is fishy to create such a friendship with somebody off of being attracted to them. Because I don't know what the fuck they would have in common besides the fact that James thought he was hot. And then to fly him out, I don't know. I don't know if I could think a guy was really hot, fly him out, and just like want a friendship.
Kayla didn't exactly jump to his defense either. She admitted she still doesn't know what really went on behind closed doors. James apologized again. He said, Kayla, I'm sorry I ever got involved with this compulsive liar, and I'm even more sorry that my involvement hurt you. He also claimed Evan was the one who reached out to him, not the other way around. And to prove it, he offered to show Kayla all their DMs, then made some of them public. But here's the catch. All the messages James posted were from before Evan and Kayla broke up. There were no DMs about inviting Evan to LA, no Vanish Mode screenshots, nothing remotely suspicious, just old messages. The internet wasn't impressed. One comment read, James posting only pre-breakup messages is a silent admission of guilt. Another said, feels like he's hiding or deleting stuff. Even Kayla liked a comment that said, these screenshots explained nothing. Girl, I'm laughing with you. And she didn't stop there. She posted a TikTok mocking Vanish Mode, joking, can we just get rid of that? I'm losing my mind. Then she uploaded another video, this one more reflective, where she talked about being a James Charles fan as a teenager. She joked that if she could go back and tell her younger self how things turned out, it'd be like, plot twist, babe, put down the Morphe palette. Grandma, step out of the line. But the big question still remains. Why is James getting more hate than Evan? Well, Evan's already facing consequences. He's in jail. There's nothing left to speculate about his actions. But James, he stayed quiet, then gave vague explanations. And when he finally did speak up, people just didn't believe him. Then Kayla added her perspective. Then James replied again. And the cycle just kept spinning. It's not that people think James is worse than Evan. They just don't trust him. So now the story feels unresolved, confusing, and honestly, kinda shady. What do you guys think? Do James's screenshots prove anything at all? Or did they just raise more questions? Let me know in the comments. Love you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.